We're here in San Alfonso, in a sacred place for many reasons. This is the land of the condors. Although we're not seeing them today, I can feel their presence right behind us, right here. I don't know if you can really see it, but the mountains are right here. We're right in the mountains. I was born and raised very close to here in Santiago, yet this is a valley that is right next to the city. And I am very honored to be here again and again. Every time I come back to Chile, it's wonderful. I dedicate my life to bringing the consciousness of who we are, like going beyond the I am and connecting with we are. I really feel privileged and lucky to be in this path.
So there seems to be a different energy about Chile.
Different to what?
Different to the U.S., different from the States, because that's where I'm from, so that would be my comparison, I guess. Okay, well, to me,
the States is like my second home, too, because I lived there for so many years. I finished high school in the States, so I have this mix. But I'm Chilean with a Swedish name and a native experience, and that's what I like about the world today, that people with this life, you know, we're more and more. Chile, the way that I can describe it from my experience is that and with other Chileans that we talk, it's like no matter how far we go and how wonderful we find lives anywhere, we always had the longing to come back. You know, there's something about experiencing this land that I mentioned to you before, that it was about nature. Nature, the mountains are so strong, you know, they're right there. It's just, I cannot separate my life from the mountains, although sometimes I'm far away. And also the relationship with people. I think the way we relate is different. Like, there's a closeness, is that how you say it in English? Closeness? The way we come together. The way we touch, the way we connect, the way we love each other. My experience when I first went to the States was shocking, to say hi, you know, instead of saying hello, good to see you, I have not seen you in like 10 hours, you know. It's like, that's a very big thing that we miss when we're away from this land. That is not like so exuberant like Brazil, you know, Brazilians are, ah, you know, the party. There's a certain warmth here. And there's also something happening in the last 10 years, I believe, of more and more people connecting in a more loving way and looking for other ways to live life. Like what I mentioned in the beginning, going beyond the I am into the we are. There are more and more people really looking for this and finding ways to do it and going deeper into different paths of becoming vegetarian, going into some shamanic workshops that it's all over the place here in Chile, you know. All of that memory is arising in a very strong way, and now it's beyond whether you're 100% native, indigenous or not. We're understanding that we're all 100% native from Earth, you know, like Earthians. Do we have that concept, like Earthians? You know?
Yeah, Earthlings, yeah.
And so I believe that whatever it is that we can do to bring that memory, it's wonderful. And something happens in this land right now that started happening, because during dictatorship it was different. It was definitely different. But the land. On one side we have the mountains, on the other side we have the ocean, the desert, the Antarctic. It's like we're really isolated. So it's very unique what happens here. And I have to come back to nourish. There's just, to me, I'm from here, it's just feeling home, you know? So I have a little bit of feeling of home in the States, but every time I travel there, I see that distance of hello, and I always cross that limit. You know, I kiss people, I hug people, and in the beginning, you know, but they cannot resist a good hug. Nobody can. Our natural state of being is joyful, and it's touching, and it's loving each other, and it's supporting each other, and it's like, what is it that I have to offer you instead of what can I get out from relating with you? You know, it's giving. So when you ask me about therapies or what is it that I do, I believe that we're going beyond that paradigm of having to be, you know, like the system obligates people to be this or that in that square way, and being that makes us forget our true essence of human beings going together into having a life in our natural state of being that is joyful, that it's going together, that it's supporting each other, that it's touching each other, that it's, you know, and it's not an utopic, do you say that in English? It's really bringing everybody's gifts together. So I've been finding my own and using them in service of bringing that memory back into people, and there is not a recipe, you know? So when you see one person, with that person you need, you know, more feminine energy to enter. With some people it's more from the mind, you know, especially men need to understand things, and so it's more like understanding things. So whatever level that we are, we create a special language for that person or that particular situation that we need to go across to come back to the natural state of a person, which is joy, peace, love. It sounds so hippie, but it's just so true, you know. It's really being able to live life fully. I really believe that paradise is here on earth. It's a matter of remembering, of being present, of giving, coming. The whole system makes us believe that we have to receive all the time, which is true when we're born and we're babies. We want to receive from mommy and daddy. But once we grow up, when we really grow up, it's about giving. And that giving is what nourishes myself. So when we remember that, we can really bring a true service to humanity. Like, what is it that I can give? And that changes, you know. That's a new paradigm, that we can explore different things in our lives. We don't have to be this 70 years. We can explore different ways, you know, of creating our reality. So, and that's a beautiful thing, and that we can support each other in doing that journey. I believe that breathwork is very important. Everything that we pretend to be, or that we pretend that we're not pretending to be, which is a funny thing, you know, has no power when you enter conscious breathing.